I have established regular status at the Dunkin' Donuts. She already knew what I wanted. Isn't that amazing? She probably also doesn't smoke an outrageous amount of pot, unlike some. Some. Yeah, so, you see my hair? It does look cool though. Like in a way, I think it looks really cool. But I realize that I'm also like a crazy person. And so, the kind of stuff that I find attractive and the kind of stuff that like regular ass people find attractive is very different. But it's okay though. Regular ass people don't have to find me attractive, because I don't really find regular ass people to be attractive. In fact, if I were to ever like go out with somebody again, which the chances of that are also slim to none, I don't know why I included the word also, because I was like, what else are you talking about, Amy? Makes sense, girl. Well, from like the Mitch Hedberg aspect, I'm sure I was actually talking about something else at one point. So it still counts. I'm sure it does. Yes. So, gotta finish the hot coffee before I can begin the cold coffee.
I hope you finish that banana before you get on the interstate, because like eating a banana on the interstate is fucking annoying.
It is, because you have all the peely things. The little strings, it's fucking obnoxious. And then you get them on your pants and all over your articles of clothing. Oh, Lord. Anyway, I've decided to just like only watch the news like once a week. Okay, that was grodie.
Yes, the vortex can tell, I'm sure, by that look on your face. Jesus.
Oh my God. Holy shit. I hate having stuff stuck in my teeth. It's so embarrassing. And I just swallowed a mouthful of coffee grounds, you guys. That is right, fucking coffee grounds.
You'll be alright. No, I will not. I don't understand that. Fucking Subaru in front of me. Trying to be nice and wait for somebody. The fact that you're doing this when you're on the turnpike is very dangerous.
I know.
You gotta live dangerously though, man. I gotta find some kind of way to make it interesting, considering the fact that I stopped drinking. That really cut out all like the potential hazards of my life, you know, when I quit drinking alcohol. Because alcohol, I don't know if you guys have ever drank alcohol, but it tends to screw things up for me personally. I know I'm not the only one, but it screws shit up because, you know, if you drink too much of it, which is very easy, you know, you end up like saying and doing stuff that you don't remember. And, you know, if you don't remember it, it didn't fucking happen, right? You know, a lot of people that commit these mass shootings, like, they don't remember doing it either. And not just so they can get like the insanity defense, but like literally like they don't remember because they were like in some sort of lucid dream. Oh yeah, that's one of the side effects of psychotropic drugs. Isn't that funny? I'm sure that your shrink probably won't tell you that like you could possibly maybe shoot up a school, or you could possibly maybe shoot your parents or your grandparents, or you could possibly maybe hang yourself in your fucking basement or some shit. You know, they're not going to tell you that that's one of the side effects because they really want you to take those pills. And they don't really care if you end up one of those statistics because at least they got your money, you know? I'm not the first person to say these things, okay? I think the dude in like the American Psychiatric Association like was one of the first to say these things. He was one of the first to like call it out and be like, yeah, psychiatry is terrible and mental illness is not reliable. And I want to address mental illness anyway because I feel like it's a very like versatile subject, you know? Like there are so many different things that you could talk about in relation to mental illness. Now, something that I'd like to address, something that I realized recently, and it's always cool when you realize new things, you know, stuff that was kind of already obvious, but it's like, oh wow, that's cool. That makes a lot of sense, you know, and I figured that on my own, and I just read. I mean, I read it, but it's like you feel like you're discovering something when you're reading something and you really understand it, you know, and you might have read it before, but maybe it didn't make sense, but like now it really, really makes sense. Well, okay, I'll give you an example. So there's a huge difference between ego syntonic and ego dystonic. Ego syntonic means that whatever's happening to you, you're cool with it, you know? You think it's a gift. You think it's like you're supposed to have it. Whereas ego dystonic is, it's fucking annoying. You wish it would go away. It's a stressor in your life. Well, this is what I tell people, and I feel like this is why borderline personality is called borderline. A lot of people, you know, strictly, you know, medical professionals, they say, hey, use your turn signal, buddy. Fucking annoying piece of shit. Anyway. It's not like they cut in front of you. It's not like they're like, you know, they didn't do that shit. Don't freak out the other drivers trying to make a point. Jesus Christ. So, I think that borderline is borderline because you have ego syntonic as well as ego dystonic symptoms. So, people that are in cluster B are naturally going to be narcissistic. But I think that the other disorders are narcissistic as well. Because at some point, you get to this place where you're just like, you know, I'm supposed to be this way. Like, there's nothing wrong with me. Like, a lot of people want me to think that there's a lot of stuff wrong with me. But here's the thing. Like, I went to therapy for a long fucking time. I went to therapy starting 7th grade, something like that, because they found a note. That's right. They found a note. This was shortly after Columbine happened, so it's like everyone was freaking out. This one, I started to take drugs. I was also cutting myself. My mom was worried the CPS would take me away, all this shit. But yeah, so for a long time, my symptoms were ego dystonic because I didn't understand what was going on with me. And here we go with the banana strings. But yeah, I didn't know what was wrong with me. And I was freaking out all the time. Whether I was internalizing that or not, eventually it would come to the surface. It'd be really obvious that I was fucked up in the head. Like, I've been to a lot of therapy, different therapists. Been to all kinds of different doctors. I've seen therapists, I've seen psychologists, I've seen psychiatrists. And I saw one good psychiatrist in the whole time that I've been seeking medical help. I told the psychiatrist I thought I had borderline personality. And she agreed with me, and she was like, you know, considering your symptoms, yes, it was a she, an Indian lady. And she said, look, if you have borderline personality, I can't fucking help you. No, seriously, like the best advice I've ever received from a medical professional. I mean, just telling me straight up they couldn't fucking help me. And I don't know if she was insinuating that nobody could help me, because she said that the only treatment for borderline personality was like psychotherapy for the rest of my fucking life. But borderline personality though, if you have it, you're probably fucked up in the head because something happened to you as a kid. So psychotherapy probably would be necessary because it'll help you get over a lot of the stuff that triggers you, you know? But I think that therapy is questionable because you, first of all, you have no idea the credentials of that person, and you have no idea what gave them those credentials, you know? Oh, they went to school. Well, that doesn't mean shit, you know, unless they have experience. Like there's this one Asian bitch. I love how you refer to these people. This one Asian bitch. No, she's really cool, man. She talks about like empaths and how we have like such a gift and how it gets squandered and people think that, oh, like there's something terribly wrong with us. But it's like, no, this is a good thing. I don't remember her name, but I'll look it up. I'll look it up when I get home because she's really awesome. The thing is though, what sucks about these professionals is like, you know, even if they have something really cool to offer, even if they have something different to add to the table that nobody else has, it's like they charge out the wazoo. See, what I hope to do is help people and not charge out the wazoo. There won't even be a wazoo, okay? Like, I want to help people for free. But I don't want to do it like in the same kind of setting. I mean, I feel like that's what screws people up. Like I said before, like the stuff that I have to deal with. Like rhinotolexomania and dysphagia. Dysphagia. Is that, or no, I don't know if it's dermatagia or something. All of these things that I have really long ass names that are annoying and hard to pronounce. But not annoying is what the gay community has come to be. So, booyah, Vortex. I know you're totally down with it. But, what did I say? What did I say? I have no idea what you're talking about. So yeah, I was trying to get at this topic before. So I'm very OCD. So some facets of my obsessive compulsive disorder. And these are the ego dystonic symptoms, okay? These are the symptoms that cause me the most grief. Dude, I smell weed. There's a cop right up there. Right up there. There's a cop right up there. I don't know if he pulled somebody over because of that skunky ass smell. Is he arresting a skunk? No, there actually is somebody. Oh, they have their emergency lights on. Okay, never mind. Serving and protecting. Serving and protecting. Yay! That's a good thing. As long as they actually do that, like, if you do your job, I don't care what job it is, if you actually do your job, you're good at your job, you don't take advantage of anything, you're good at your fucking job. That's for all you in the vortex that actually do a good job at whatever the fuck you do. It doesn't matter what it is. A lot of people seem to think, oh, you work in a restaurant, you're worthless. Or they think, oh, you're a cop, you're nothing but a pig. That's not true. That's not true. Only certain cops are pigs, and only certain people that work in the restaurant industry are worthless. All right? There are people that demand a $15 minimum wage. I think okay, people should demand it if they've been with the company for a long time and they haven't gotten a raise. I get that. I really get that. But just mandatory, that's stupid. That's fucking stupid. Bernie Sanders obviously does not own a business, okay? He needs to work in fast food joint for a few months, and then maybe he'll backtrack. Because people who want a $15 minimum wage, they obviously haven't thought that one through. And it's not just because of the obvious, like, mathematical problem, but, you know, it doesn't really concern me because, like, I know I'm a hard-ass worker, and so I would be one of the people that wouldn't be let go. Because what will end up happening is they won't be able to afford to pay everybody $15 an hour. So they'll end up letting people go that aren't worth it. And so it will actually backfire. And a lot of people won't have jobs if they're fucking worthless. So that's why I don't really care. I'm like, it still won't affect me. Like, that's what's cool about being a libertarian is, like, if you're a hard-ass worker, you can figure it out. And so, whatever stupid-ass liberal policy they try to implement, it's like, well, you know, I'll figure this out. You know, I'll get another job, you know, like with Obamacare, you know, I just ended up getting 2 jobs, you know, whatever. It's annoying, but hey, that's 2 paychecks, so maybe I should send a thank you card to Obama. Right? He motivated me to get out of the house again. Thanks, Obama. Helping the mentally ill every day. Anyway, oh, seriously, I don't think Obama was anywhere near as bad as a lot of people make him out to be. But I think that a lot of times when people, like, complain about him, they do complain about him because he's black, or because of, like, how they stereotype black people. But a lot of the time, you know, our complaints towards Mr. Obama have nothing to do with race. So, had everything to do with the economy, and everything to do with the socialized healthcare bullshit. Yeah, so, what was I saying? I think I just ate the bad part of the banana. Oh, well. It's not gonna kill me, right? Will eating the brown part of the banana kill you, Vortex? Do you know? Do you know the answer to this question? God, banana string. Ew! It's way worse to have to eat feces because that's what your sex trafficker wants, right? You know? It's good to think about the bigger picture, you know? Banana strings really aren't so bad. I want to say stuff that grosses people out but makes them think. Oh, you should write that down. That's funny. I mean, it's not funny. It's funny because it's not funny at all. It's funny because it's not funny. But anyway, what was I talking about? Lord knows. Oh, speaking of the Lord, I left my Bible here. And I felt really horrible. And I was like, wow, you are a bad God person because you left your Bible at your place of work. And I was thinking, no, I'm a good God person because I have really good intentions. And I was going to read the Bible, but I didn't have time because I was too busy, you know, working. Because it was Saturday night and it was fucking crazy. And last night was the last night of the fair that was right up the street. And so, you know, when you got a carnival going on down yonder, and you're one of the few restaurants open still, of course you're going to get popped. And we were popping up until closing time. I know, like, lots of restaurants are this way. But Steak and Shake in particular is, like, really, really crazy. And so, like, my manager was like, there's no fucking way that we're going to shut this place down. See, there's this other store up the road. Like 30 minutes up the road. It's located in the ghetto, though, in Nashville, Antioch. And they shut down. So we have a bunch of their lame ass employees over here. Like their store was so slow, like they didn't do any business at all. And so they have all these like employees that got let go. And so it's like they're coming over here to work and they can't handle it. In fact, most of the people that come from other stores, including the Wings team. The Wings team is like part of the corporate pieces of shit that like go to different stores and try to fix the stores and shit. Well, they really just go to stores that need help. Well, like all the people in the Wings team have come to this particular store and they're like, how the fuck do you do this shit? We're like, I don't know, we're all fucking nuts, man. But it's crazy. It's crazy that so many people go to work and they don't want to, you know, work. That's crazy to me. But let's see, it's 6:02. So I am 2 minutes late. What's funny though is Steak and Shake actually has 10-minute leeway. So if you clock in anywhere between like, I think it's like 10 minutes before you're supposed to be here or 10 minutes after you're supposed to be here, it'll still clock you in, right? Like a lot of places, like they won't let you clock in if you're late. You have to get managerial approval. But not here because they predict CP time. 21. Anyway. Yeah, we have all these employees from like other stores now. And they can't handle this workload. But there would be people in the Wings team that would come here and they'd be all like fucking authoritative at first. But nobody would respect them. And they would like make all these threats like, oh, I'm gonna get you fired and shit like that. Yeah, that's right, I just touched myself. I have an itchy cooch. Maybe I have a yeast infection. I don't think so. I don't smell like yeast. See how it made me gross? Like, that's so gross. Don't worry, I'm gonna wash my hands. I'm gonna wash my hands. Don't act like I'm not gonna wash my hands, okay? You're like, well, you can't even brush your hair. You can't even take a bath. Like, how do we know that you're gonna wash your hands when you say you're gonna wash your hands? Because I'm not a liar, Vortex. And you're talking with your mouth full of fucking banana mash. Nasty shit, man. Nasty shit. Banana mash. That should be the name of the shake. So we have another shake now. It's like some Oreo, like a special Oreo shake. So not only do we have cookies and cream shake, now we have this other shake that has like Oreo cream in it. How retarded is that shit? That's not gonna last, I'll tell you that. Who knows? It might be really good. You haven't even tried it. You're just assuming that it's going to be bad. Extra GMO blast. I was thinking about Skittles. Do you guys remember Skittles? The candy? Remember they used to say, taste the rainbow. I think taste the GMOs. It's way more accurate. It is. And you can taste them too. That's why it's fucking shit. I hate Skittles. They're so chewy and gross. But I'm surprised that like the gay community hasn't stolen that shit. They should fucking throw Skittles at like gay clubs and shit. That would make sense, right? Taste the rainbow. Taste the rainbow. Oh, they're not whispering, they're shouting it. I don't know if y'all have been to a gay club, but this is pretty common at gay clubs. They just like fuck in the middle of the fucking dance floor. Like you'll see some dude sucking another dude's dick. It's like, I get it. You really don't have to prove anything, man. I know where I am. But yeah, so I did leave my Bible here last night though. And I was pretty upset about it because I actually wanted to read it. You say that.
Well, anytime these guys just stared at me. There they go. Those are the people staring. I'm not a liar. They probably smile at you because of your Keep the Constitution sign. Fuck yes. Anyway, I have this protein bar for later. I'm still eating protein bars. I'm just not drinking the shakes anymore because they taste like chalk. And it's funny because I got the chocolate kind, like chocolate. I get it. I need to rename this product. But anyway, what was I talking about?
Ego syntonic versus ego dystonic.
Ego syntonic is when
I think you address at least like 5 different subjects on and off. It's just this weird ass flow, if you can even call it a flow.
it's an anti-flow. Ego syntonic is like where you find your symptoms desirable. Ego dystonic is when you find them to be a nuisance. Well, borderline has both. But eventually, the crazier that you get, and they call it crazy, but it's like to not want to be like everybody else, to not want to go along with the outside world. The outside world is fucking retarded. There are all these mass shootings and nobody knows why. I love it when they say, a stunned America. A stunned America? For real? That's because America doesn't pay attention to anything that America needs to pay attention to, and then you're like, oh, what? Why is this happening? Why is this happening? It must be the firearm. It must be the firearm. There's always a firearm involved. Not always. But all of the shootings and stabbings or whatever, like if they don't fit the particular narrative, they don't talk about it for anywhere near as long as they do if it does fit the narrative, right? So I just get annoyed because, like, none of these people give a fuck. They want to act like they give a fuck. If they actually gave a fuck, they would do more research. If they actually gave a fuck, they would talk about the stuff they need to talk about, not just what they're being paid to talk about. So do not believe the media. Do not trust anybody in the media. They are completely full of shit. All they care about is themselves and their fucking paychecks. Same with your shrink. Same with probably the majority of people you know. Most people, they don't do something because it's right. They don't have a job because they want to help people. Most doctors aren't in it because they want to help people. They just want a lot of money. But making it the government's responsibility, that's stupid. That's really stupid. I don't understand how people think, oh, that's gonna fix it. Jesus, what's the fuck? I can't even talk. I can't even talk.
Well, that's a sign. Let's go inside.
Okay, yeah. So, there's nothing wrong with me. I'm perfect. Not perfect like Jesus, but we're almost there.
Yeah, I'm sure. It might take you a little bit longer than you think, baby.
Possibly, maybe. Yeah. I've asked God to heal my back, but until then I have CBD. Because I have lower back pain. Does anybody in the vortex have lower back pain? I'm sure you guys can relate to that somewhat, right? Right? Are you old? Are you aching? I understand. I'll talk to you later.